What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, and it is a hot one today. It's like 90 degrees, but I think it's supposed to be this hot back home, too. But I don't know. There's something about being at home with 90 degrees that it's just a pleasant experience for me. We don't get 90 degrees that often back home, but when we do, I'm outside. But let's get to the topic at hand. Lily Tino, you guys know who that is, the trans weirdo that's also a Disney adult that go above and beyond to be misgendered. And you're not really being misgendered. You're a dude. All right, you've got a deep voice as deep, if not deeper than mine. You still have your corn dog, as you like to put it. You're a dude. You're just going above and beyond to make people as uncomfortable as possible because no one will stop you. And it seems to be profitable. You have this guy, he would go to different restaurants, set up a camera, and the moment that the waiter, who's trying to be respectful, mind you, the moment that the waiter would misgender him, he would have a whole meltdown about it. And the waiter would be very apologetic, trying to still take care of him, not trying to go viral because this is just a regular person that's trying to live their life. And he couldn't just let that be. He would have a whole meltdown about it. I guess when he was getting bored with that, he decided that he wanted to take his freak show on the road and go to Disney and make as many people, children and families there, I guess total, as uncomfortable as possible. The thing is that this guy, and yes, I am going to call him a guy. I will never call this guy a woman. Like, that's just not going to happen because I like to live in the realm of reality. I mean, I know sometimes the world can get a bit crazy, but I still like to stay grounded in reality. But he goes to Disney and he started going into the women's restrooms to, quote unquote, review them. I mean, this is the type of stuff that a grown-ass man is doing for content. And it's gotten so ridiculous to the point that there's a petition with hundreds of thousands of signatures on it, e-signatures, whatever it is. There's a petition with hundreds of thousands of people who have signed it in order to ban this guy from TikTok because people are getting that sick of this guy's nonsense. Honestly, I'm really surprised that people have put up with it this long. You have people on the left, you have people of the trans community, these weirdos. They love to claim how people are not tolerant. People are, what do they call it? They're phobic and all this sort of stuff. Listen, the fact that this guy has gotten away with doing this type of stuff for so long, that whole tolerant argument, it needn't come up again, really. There is no way that you can claim that people are intolerant and phobic when you have this guy operating like this day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year even. And nothing's happened to him. People still tiptoe around this guy because they don't want to get called names. They don't want to get called phobic. And that's just ridiculous. First off, let's dispel phobic. You're not phobic because you don't support something. I don't support anyone being an asshole towards random people making their day harder when they're just trying to earn a buck. It doesn't matter to me whether you want some weirdo trans stuff or not. You leaving wherever it is that you were at, because you guys know how I feel about staying where the hell you at. Don't go out and do something stupid. Stay where you at. You leaving wherever it was that you were to go out and give somebody a hard time for content, that's not cool. I don't mess with that. Anytime you decide to go out and make somebody's life miserable for the sake of content, I think that is deplorable. Anytime you decide to go to somebody's job because they have to keep a certain level of professionalism dealing with you, they may not rock with you in real life or in their normal life, but they're at least trying their hardest to be understanding and also being professional and also being hospitable while they're at work, and you're taking advantage of that. I don't get down with that. So it don't matter what your sexual orientation or preferences or whatever type of weird time that you are. I think that that is disgusting behavior. So how does somebody like this get away with this sort of behavior for so long? You have people for real in real life while this guy is out and about doing his best to be a victim. I mean, this guy goes around, he is so thirsty to be a victim everywhere he goes, and nothing happens to him. The most victimization, and I say that loosely, that he ever receives is somebody misgendering his weird ass because he's got a deep fucking voice. If you're a dude that's out here walking around wearing Daisy Dukes and you got like a square chin and a deep voice, and you clearly look like a man. I mean, you look like a man that's dressing up in chicks' clothes. It is not unreasonable for people to call you sir or he or him or whatever the hell. So to make it seem like they're the problem, they're just picking on you when they do this, is absurd. And he knows it's absurd. That's why he keeps leaning into it. The guy is trying his best to be a victim, but he's not trying his best to be a victim because he truly believes he is. He's trying his best to be a victim because it's been profitable for him and he's allowed to get away with it. This guy is going to continue to push as far as people allow it. He's going to continue to push going to restaurants and giving the wait staff a hard time as long as he's allowed to. He's going to continue to push going into women's restrooms and looking at little girls that are confused, looking at him or whatever. He's just going to continue to be a fuck up for as long as he's allowed to. Something may be coming his way real, though. And that's apparently one of the women who were in the background of one of his reviews of the women's restrooms at Disney. It looks like she's trying to sue him because her daughter, according to her, I don't know how true this is, her daughter was in the background of one of them damn pictures that he posted. The picture may be taken down now, but I'm assuming that she downloaded it or screenshotted it or something like that if she was trying to turn this into a legal matter. So something may be happening. It may not be the outcome that a lot of people want, which is him being banned from TikTok, but there might be a start to some consequences for this guy and his bad behavior. And to the LGBTQ out there, I'm sure I have very few who watch my videos, but if there is someone out there who happens to stumble across this video, the vast majority of you don't condemn this dude. And you really should, because he is very much hurting your cause. You can't expect people to be tolerant and understanding or even having the desire to be tolerant and understanding when you have bad actors like this and you don't call them out for it. I've seen a handful of rainbow people say that he's taking it too far and it reflects negatively on them as a whole, but not nearly enough. Bad actors like this, y'all really got to start calling them out and stop. Just, I think I had the same discussion with somebody back when the whole Leah Thomas stuff was happening. And I was like, or no, not even him. The one guy who worked for the Biden administration, because I talked about Leah Thompson, but that was nowhere near as bad as this situation. The guy with the Biden administration, the bald weirdo who would dress up as a woman who was in charge of nuclear waste, he got caught up stealing people's luggage at the airport. Just really goofball behavior. And I was like, y'all don't condemn people like this enough. You really don't. You got to start condemning the bad actors because they make the whole group look bad. Kind of like black fatigue, how we started having to speak out against the bad actors because it was making us all look bad. So I'm gonna leave it there. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in them comments. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.